Hey, Cancer, Sun, Moon, but especially rising sign. Wow. In the month of June 2023, you're going to have the beginning of a 4-month financial glow up, an increase in your earnings, a sense of being well, a sense of having prosperity befall you in a way you may not have experienced before in this life, nor maybe you won't experience it ever again, actually. So I'm going to talk more about how this really benefits you in the month of June and beginning of what's a 4-month transit of Venus. We're also going to talk about other elements of the sky because Venus is up to some really good stuff, but so are the other planets, particularly as well the movement of Pluto through your sky. So we're going to talk about that right now. If you're new to my channel, my name is Lori Lothian. I am a whole sign house astrologer using the Western tropical zodiac. I love the minor asteroids. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below the title of the video. Just hit that more button. You'll find it where my website is. My Patreon community, where I have all my content ad-free, early access. You get on YouTube, you get it there for $5 a month without the ads, and early access as well. And you get to try, if you want to sign up for my newsletter, Cosmic Moonshine, it's once a week, and I give you stuff in that newsletter by written form that I do myself that you don't get anywhere else. And you get discount codes, early access to courses and contests, and a bunch of perks and promotions. Okay, so let's get rolling and talk about the sky. Number one, Cancer, rising sun and moon, and you've been having a transit of Venus going through the house of you, making you more lovely, beautiful, persuasive, and charismatic, and just giving you an overall sense of well-being and joyfulness and self-love. And that is going to come to a close on June the 5th. So that means that now that you've had that feeling of so good to be you, Venus moves away from the house of you on June the 5th and slides into your earnings house. Now, normally this happens every single year, so it's not a big deal. However, this time around, because of a retrograde in the sign of Leo in July, this means that she will stay in your earnings house for a very long time. I'll be doing a whole other video on this, so make sure you do like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. But this is good for you because you will have a sustained glow up in your earnings and resources house beginning on June the 5th and not closing up until around October the 9th. So what's to complain about? Absolutely nothing. This is going to be wonderful. Now, if you are somebody who knows your astrology and you know you have planets in your second house, please take a look at those planets because Venus will probably go 1, 2, 3 times over those planets and extremely give them more juice than they normally do. So there's one way to look at that as well in your own personal astrology is to see what planet she's going to glow up as well. In the meantime, it's going to be a lovely month of June, especially for anyone in the Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, let's say in the first, 15 degrees or so of Cancer, because you're going to feel more of this juice in this first part of her transit. Well, not even the first 10 degrees of Cancer. Now, also, the other thing that's going on is Mars already entered in your second house of earnings, and he got there on May the 20th, and he doesn't leave till July the 10th. But that means that June the 5th, all right, to July the 10th, we have the two of them tangoing there. Now, first of all, before Venus arrived, let's say May the 20th to June the 5th, you may have spent more money than you normally do. You may have felt the money was just going out. Mars is also, though, very capable of getting you to be an entrepreneurial self-starter, and you may have kicked some new self-starter energy on in your life if you're self-employed during this beginning of this transit. When Venus gets there, it makes all this passion, energy, drive, and momentum and spending balance with the resources that can come back in so that now you're spending, but you're also earning. The two of them are dancing here until July the 10th. Keep that in mind. A lot of passion, a lot of momentum, a lot of directions, and also maybe not just spending, but also sometimes eliminating. One of the things that Mars can eliminate here is foods that you shouldn't be eating. And Venus then says, yes, let me bring you some really good new foods that you really like, so that although you're eliminating a lot of foods and substances and drinks and smoking and anything else, you're going to also replace it with stuff that's good for you, but also you truly enjoy. Your speech is eloquent. You're able to speak in a very charismatic, persuasive, and charming way, as this transit is about the house of the voice, and Venus will glow that up as well for several months. So yeah, also very good for that. I also want to take note that another side story, that we have Pluto stationing retrograde this month, and Pluto sliding back from the sign of Aquarius into Capricorn. Well, he'll be till next January, and this slide back happens in the month of June, around the 11th of the month. This means you're going to go back to some area of your life that you've been spending a lot of time focusing on since 2008, and this is your marriage house and your business partner house and your client audience and marketplace house, 7th house. So with Capricorn energy activated again, there may be a period of time, especially, I'm going to say, very critical window of time that could be somewhat difficult around the 5th and the 6th of month of June, because Venus will be at the very tail end of your house of identity, and there will be Pluto squaring, opposing from the house of marriage, business partners, legal contracts and agreements. So it could be a real showdown here. I wouldn't get involved in a new love affair if you're single as a Cancer during that window of time at all, the 5th and the 6th, because you get fatal attraction, obsessive love energy. But there could be a real gnarly moment with a significant other, particularly a marriage or business partner, around the 5th and the 6th. But the main reason I want to bring up Pluto retrograding into your 7th house, the main reason is that there's going to be a consolidation of unfinished business there all the way through to January, and you start to feel that in the month of June. Okay, also, it's also a month in which Saturn will station retrograde, and that's going to be important in their story as well. This is June the 17th, and Saturn will pause in the sky at 7 degrees, and then he will turn backwards and go back over old ground. This is going to be your 9th house of God, 9th house of churches, faith and religion, foreign shores and travel, 3rd marriages, father figures, academia, book, publishing, publications, knowledge and wisdom. So many meanings to the 9th house. It can make you dizzy. Now, it is a wealth house. It's a Lakshmi house. It can bring wealth. It's also purpose oriented. Some of you may go backwards and refine in your purpose. You may go also back to school and educate with a teacher, a master authority teacher that you've learned from before. And that's fine. That's all going to be very positive. Saturn is retrograde there for several months. So it's not just the day of the retrograde, something like this occurs, but the beginning of that story is going to be emerging for you as he stations retrograde on the 17th of the month. Foreign lands and travel, Saturn's been kind of quashing foreign travel, but with this retrograde, there's a possibility of travel to a place you have been in the past, and the opening for that travel could occur beginning around the 17th of the month of June. Big picture stories I'm talking about before we go into the micro stories. I also want to mention the fact that Mercury will move into Gemini on June the 11th. Mercury in the sign of Gemini is going to bring you dreams and insights from your unconscious, from your meditations, and certainly at night. He's a dream messenger. He's in the 12th house that can involve dreams. So starting on June 11th to 27th, pay attention to your dreams. Really listen to what comes through at night. You can have communications from people in foreign lands, as well as marketing, merchandising, and selling and making money from and involving foreign countries. If you have PayPal, Stripe, and you have clients around the world, this is going to be auspicious for you financially. Before he gets there on June the 11th to the 27th, he will be finishing a very long stay in your 11th house of good spirit, bringing positive news and momentum and developments regarding your great gains in your career, as well as elder sibling connections. As we break down the month ahead, which we're just about to do, we'll get into some of the details of when Mercury does what and who does what when. Okay, let's start out. I don't cover the new moons and the full moons in these videos usually because I do whole separate videos on that. I should have said that for everyone at the beginning. Okay, starting off then, let's go with the big story of the month, the beginning of the month. There is a Venus trine Neptune on June the 2nd and the 3rd, which is going to be very positive, easy flowing, and lucky energy. This is going to happen as Venus in Cancer in the house of you, continuing that your Miss Popularity Congeniality contest for you, you're winning, will try Neptune in your 9th house. This could be a really great opportunity to be on a foreign trip to a dreamy location or develop a plan for one. This could be some really positive developments regarding legal matters, your dream outcome on a legal matter, your dream outcome with a book publishing deal, your dream outcome with something that you want to accomplish in the academic realms, like your dream university, setting you the acceptance or whatever. Certainly all of those are possible. Then on the 3rd and the 4th of the month, Mercury will conjoin with Uranus. This conjoinment of the two is called a conjunction. It's happening in Taurus, your 11th house of good spirit, where you can get windfalls and pennies from heaven. Now, this has been happening once a year since 2018, as Uranus has been in that part of your sky since then. So it's not unusual. But what's unusual is Jupiter North Node are there together. For some of you Cancer risings, you could have a windfall of some sort coming through the sky around the 3rd and the 4th of June, also involving an elder sibling as well, possibly. Or your elder sibling may have a windfall and some surprising news, and there's going to benefit you as well. You could also have an unexpected financial gain from your career path, a raise or a promotion. All of those are possible for all of you Cancer risings around the 3rd and 4th. Then later on the 5th and 6th of the month, I told you already, there's that intensity with a spouse or business partner or some significant client relationship where you could have a showdown. It could also be about secrets being revealed, especially secrets about love. And it may be a very difficult time on the 5th and the 6th of the month. Then on June the 9th to the 12th, Venus will square Jupiter. Venus in a square to Jupiter can bring an opportunity, and it can be positive, but it requires action. It may involve some intensity or tension. Venus is in Leo, where she will be, as I said, June 5th to October 9th. She just moved in there, and she's going to square Jupiter, who's still traveling, as he will be until next May, through your house of good spirit. Lucky breaks, windfalls, pennies from heaven, great gains from your career, even some maybe professional success that involves celebrity or a super, expansion of your reputation. And so with this Venus square energy to Jupiter on the 9th to the 12th of June, if you are Cancer rising in the first 10 degrees of Cancer or Sun and Moon, you get the most impact from it. Certainly, it can look like taking possession of a lot of money, exciting developments regarding financial gain, and also maybe something to do with a raise or promotion, because Venus will be in the house of your earnings, as I mentioned earlier, and the great gains house can be raises, promotions, and upgrades there as well. So it's very positive, but it's also got a bit of you need to take action, you need to jump on it energy. For a fleeting day on the 11th, Mercury will trine Pluto. Mercury in Gemini, trining Pluto in Aquarius at 0 degrees. Okay, so Mercury has just moved into Gemini, and he is sitting at the 0 degree mark, where Pluto is at the 0 degree mark of Aquarius. This is potentially some development that may have to do with an inheritance, a chunk of money that you can take possession of, a tax or a situation that favors you, tax rebates included, some giant chunk of money coming off of you or your spouse's life and you taking possession of it, or some kind of information or news coming from foreign shores that affects you in a positive way financially around the 11th of the month. On the 14th to the 24th of June, with exactitude around the 19th, Jupiter sextiles Saturn for the first time in 30 years, in the sense that it's a sextile with a Saturn in Pisces. Saturn is, as I mentioned earlier, retrograding now at this point in your 9th house of foreign lands, foreign shores, book publishing, third marriages, father figures. But he's sending a lot of love to Jupiter, who's moving through your great gains in your career house. So this is very positive for some, auspicious developments around a friend or an ally who's in great power, wanting to help you secure, the perfect visa, the court outcome you want, the book deal you need. A situation like that, certainly the academic referral you need to get into that university or something like that. So it's a very sweet time on the 14th to the 24th, and it also benefits any third marriages that may be in effect in your life. Mars will square off with Uranus on the 25th to the 29th of the month at 21 degrees of Leo and 21 degrees of Taurus. All right, this is tension and shock and awe energy. It's exciting maybe, but also unexpected. What does it mean for you? It's money energies, because it's Mars in your earnings and possessions house, but Venus is protecting you there as well. So it's not all so bad, kind of sweetening the deal, squaring Uranus, shock and awe, along with Jupiter and North Node in your great gains house. Again, windfalls, pennies from heaven, sudden gains, great promotions and raises and glow ups here. But because of the square from Mars, there's tension here. It affects you in some way that may not feel comfortable, but yet is ultimately probably beneficial. So, I can't really tell you what it will be. It could be an elder sibling related story. It could be a story about somebody who's an ally or friend, and there may be a bit of a sense of tension with that person, some kind of square off here. I'm sitting with it for you guys. I mean, during this tension, the sun is in the backroom deals and negotiations and the hidden places, the 12. So you may have a sudden, oh my God, like, oh no, I apologize. The sun will have moved into Cancer. So at that time, the sun is in the house of you. At least you can see what's going on. You got your eye on the ball. So I don't know if it really does surprise you as much as all that. But it could be unexpected news from a friend, ally, sibling, elder sibling that is going to affect you financially. And it may be positive in the long run, but difficult or uncomfortable in the short term from the 25th to the 29th of the month. The month finishes really strong with a sun trine Saturn for the first time in 30 years. We haven't seen this, where the sun is trining a Saturn in Pisces. It's a new energy for you. You're going to get it every year for 3 years. So this energy is going to happen with the sun in your house of you. You are lit up. You are vital. You are trying to figure out what you want, what your purpose is. You may feel a little bit depleted if you're not careful, but you don't burn too hot, but you're doing your solar energy return. And as the sun is in the sign of you, after the 21st of the month, by the way, the solstice, but it's happening here at the end of the month, the 27th to the 31st, the sun is trining Saturn in your academics and foreign lands and foreign shores, third house marriage, third marriages, court and legal matters. Certainly you could get a book publishing deal, you could win a court case out of this, and you could be very happy with the outcome. And even on the 31st to the 1st of July, Mercury is in the heart of the sun, and he's involved in this trine as well. So what kind of news or information may come your way as Mercury meets with that sun in the house of you? This speaks to me of aha, divine downloads, insights that can benefit you in ninth house matters. Okay, and that's about it. Thanks for listening, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Stay tuned for my lunar videos coming up for the month of, full moon, new moon videos coming up for the month of June, which I don't bother to include in this because I do whole long videos on all of them, and it benefits you to listen to those whole long videos. Thanks, guys. Have a happy June. I'll see you on the next month's videos. My description box below has everything you need to know about my channel and who I am and what I do off of this platform.